Tupac Shakur once said, watch your homies, keep your enemies close, and watch your homies. The world seemed a little dimmer this week as the news traveled around the internet that our beloved Rough Rider, rapper, and '90s icon DMX was admitted to the hospital and was on life support in what was described as a vegetative state. It was originally reported that DMX had suffered a heart attack and was hospitalized, but leave it to our favorite non-journalists over at TMZ to just try and assassinate the man's character. And so they didn't even give it a night. Came out with an article saying that he had overdosed and that he was in the hospital on life support, fighting for his life due to a drug overdose. And of course, they found the most unflattering, confused looking photo to further the character assassination. I really don't know why we support them, but it is what it is. But I digress. While the details surrounding the reasons for his hospitalization and any news about his current state are still very limited at this time, with his history of abuse, we really could not dismiss the fact that TMZ was right or wrong. But highlighting the troubled journey through the industry was a video that resurfaced showcasing DMX holding back tears as he explained how he started on drugs and the whole thing. And so I'm gonna play that and let you guys get a look at that, and then we'll discuss that as we after that.
Me and my man should do a robbery one night, and it was his birthday, and we came back. We spent the money. I said, "Here, take this. Go get something nice for your birthday, whatever." So he came back with a blunt rolled up, and as I'm counting the money, he lights the blunt. And I said, "I was impressed. I don't really smoke, nigga. Fuck out of here." And he passed the blunt around, and wow. And I hit the blunt, and I'm like, I was no longer focused on the money. I never felt like this. Like it just fucked me up. I'm like, the fuck. And, I later found out that he laced the blunt with crack. My take. Why would you do that to a child?
Right.
And this nigga, like 30, you know what I'm saying? And he knew how I looked up to him.
Yeah.
He knew how I looked up to him, you know what I'm saying? And like, why would you do that to somebody who looks up to you like this? I mean?
So basically, in a nutshell, he was describing that as he was 14 years old. Of course, we already know his background. He's a kid from the streets. This guy was his mentor. So this guy was, even though they were out in the streets and they were doing what they were doing, they came back from hitting the lick, and the guy they had made a lot of money, so they split the money up. He gave him some money, and DMX didn't smoke, and so he came back with a blunt and offered for everybody to smoke. Everybody smoked, and then he realized that there was crack in the blunt, and so that's how he got on this spiral of drugs, and which ultimately has led him to what we believe has led him to the situation that he's in now, in the hospital on life support, and the family could be basically have to choose between whether they're going to keep him on life support or not. And I just feel like that's an awful situation. Anybody who's been roofied before knows that that's not fun. And so we're praying for him, and we want him to pull through, and we wish him the best for him. Whatever the outcome is, we support him and the family and whatever decisions they make. But my question is, like, has anybody ever been roofied before? And if so, are you still friends with the person that did it to you? Tony?
Okay, I have not been roofied before, but I did have someone try to put Molly in my drink. So I saw this person sprinkle the stuff in my drink, and I cussed this person out, and we're no longer friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Cecily.
I've had it happen to me twice, and sorry, that's my grandson in the background. I did not know the first person that did it. Luckily, I was meeting a friend, so he was able to get me home. I have no memory of what took place before I took a sip of the drink. And the second time it happened at a party. I was with a publicist, and we were with his clients. They were athletes. They were very aggressive, and same thing happened. But my sister and a girlfriend was nearby, and same thing. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I believe it happened to me, but I'm such a drunk that I don't think it actually took effect.
Uh-huh.
Had I known, I would have just told the bartender like, "Yo, why don't dilute the shit? Just give it to me in my hand, so I could like don't like why would y'all just wasting good drugs at that point?" But I know for a fact it happened to two people. One of them was a friend of mine, his little brother. We took him out for his 21st birthday to this kind of exclusive club called Warwick that was in Hollywood, and it's a pretty dope spot, but it's a lot. It's more pilgrims there than there are Black Panthers. Let's just say that. And so he met some girls, and they told him that he was taking a X pill. He's young. He doesn't know. First time out in the clubs, and he took the pill. They gave it to him, and it was a Norco. So I'm looking for him. So I'm like, nah, he's been missing for a minute. I go downstairs. I go to the men's. Like I'm circling the club. I'm looking for him. I go to the men's bathroom, and like there's a fuss in the men's bathroom. So I'm like, what the fuck going on in the bathroom? I go in the bathroom, and he's laid out in the handicap stall or whatever. He's on the ground in a handicap stall. So I pick him up, take him out. At this time, like me and his brother were like kind of doing like a promoter thing in Hollywood. So we were able to take him back behind the club, like to like the kitchen area. Like I gave him water, and it literally just rolled like right out of his mouth. And so at that point, I was like, nah, bro, something happened to him. So I literally fireman carried him out the club to my house that was down the street, and set him on the couch, and then went back to the club because I had already bought a bottle, and I didn't want that.
You gotta go finish that bottle.
I mean, it's his birthday, so I mean, for me, I felt like it was just hey, turn up. But. And then another friend of mine, we went to a club, and this club was known. We didn't know at the time they was known for roofing people, girls for obvious reasons, but they was also roofing guys. So the bartender would give roofie like a guy that had on like a lot of like Gucci, Louis jewelry, whatever, and then the security guard will follow that person around the club until they passed out. Rob the person, take the person outside as if he felt, he got too drunk and he fell off asleep in the club, and then rob him of his money, his wallet, his jewelry, all this and that, and then come back in the club and wait for them. This was their gimmick. And we didn't find out till later on because there was like a whole Facebook post of people like saying like they had been got drugged at this one club. But everybody left the club. We was with a group. We came like in a tour bus. Like a tour bus and everything. Everybody left. I was like, I'm not leaving homie at the club. I know he ain't just leave without saying nothing. So he's gonna either come back here because he wasn't from LA. And I go outside and I'm looking around, like circling the club, asking people, and I find him on the side of the club in the grass, passed out. Damn. And they had took his money, took his wallet, they took his Louis glasses, his Movado watch, and I was just like, yo, at that point now. So now when I go to clubs, I just sneak a bottle in my clothes and I just drink my own stuff because I don't want to get roofie.
That's wild. And you know what? Wearing all that Louis Vuitton designer, see, that's why I shop at Marshalls and Ross and shit. Ain't nobody don't look like a threat, so you're not gonna rob. You're gonna waste a roofie fucking with me. You're gonna rob me. Feelings hurt.
Okay,
but this nigga ain't got nothing.
They did that to me. They roofied me. I was on the dance floor getting it. They was like, this nigga is not gonna pass out at all, huh? Nope.
He's having a better time.
Yeah, I was like, well, thank you for that. I was okay. But it was crazy. Mike, wow. What about you? You have any experiences with that? Whether it was you or somebody else you knew? No.
None. And I'm actually a party promoter out here too. So I always keep myself busy, but I didn't. Not to me personally. I've always been told, you need to watch if you're going to be partaking with someone. You should watch. If you didn't see them roll it, you need not to smoke it. That's what I've always kind of been taught. and tow. But being out here in DC, it's a little bit of different law of land out here. I mean, people I don't want to say they really not that sophisticated to do that out here,